Servus my friends, welcome back to the Bavarian Outback. Great that you are here and joining me. Today we make a little bustle video, that means tinker, workshop video, and it's about knives. Since a long time I have this beautiful blade lying around and I will make it to a traditional Bavarian Hirschfänger. Hirschfänger means something like deer catcher. And I have this is called Abwurfstange. I don't know the English word, I'm sorry. That's the horn of a deer. And somebody does not know that the deer throws away its horns every year. So no animal had to die for these trophies. Like this one is eine Abwurfstange, this one is a very small Abwurfstange, and this one is also called Abwurfstange. That means something like throw away horn. So it grows back every year, and when mating season is, then it's better and bigger than the year before. So that's about the horn, Abwurfstange, whatever. About knives, there's a video where I describe it very detailed. Everybody knows this traditional Bavarian knife. Everybody calls it Hirschfänger, which is not correct, because this one is called natur. I also explained it in another video. Link is up here. This is not a Hirschfänger, not a deer hunter. This is the traditional Bavarian deer hunter Hirschfänger. Trachtenmesser, natur, deer hunter, Hirschfänger. So, just for you to know. And it's Bavarian traditions. It's not German tradition, it's Bavarian tradition. You know, these guys in front of the Alps, not there where the land is getting flat. So, don't mix it up. This one is the natur. This one is the Hirschfänger. And this one is my new or old, lying around for a long time, Bowie knife blade, and I will make it to a Hirschfänger in this video. So what I imagine, it should look like a little bit like this in the end. So it's a very big and cool knife. We will drill a hole in this one. Then I will carve out a little piece so that this one will fit in here. And then we will make a few changes to this support so that we can stick it in and glue it together so it gets a really tight grip, hold, whatever, so it cannot move around and it will work properly on this new big Bavarian knife. That's what it is about in this video. So enjoy the video, have fun, see you inside in my workshop. Okay my friends, before we start we wrap it into some foam so that I don't hurt the surface of the deer horn, and I make it really thick so that I can put a lot of pressure on it so that it cannot move when it is tied into the thing. I make it very thick here and I make it a little bit narrow so that I can see a part of the horn, so that I can check that I don't come out with the drill. And then we put it here into this metal thing. I really don't know the English word for this. So you just put put it in, screw it together and fix it, and then I can put enough pressure on it to drill a big hole into this horn. We start with a small drill so that I can find the way in, and then we take a bigger one and use the bigger one to open it. As you can see, there is a little bit smoke, and you can imagine how bad it smells. When you are in the inside of the horn, then it gets a little bit easier because it's a little bit weak inside, and it's easy to keep the drill inside of the horn. So far it looks pretty good with the small drill, and now I'm going to use the bigger drill, and then we go closer and closer to the hole size that we need. This is the piece of the blade that has to fit into this hole, so we have to make it much bigger. And you see now we are in the inside of the horn, and the color changes very much. This little metal part should go in here, and I have to carve it out later because I want to set it in completely so that it will fit perfectly into the horn. So let's check if we are okay with our drillings, and then we start with the bigger drill and make the hole much bigger, and try and try and try again. And then we take this metal tool to open it a little bit wider and try again, and it starts fitting. So the first few centimeters are okay, and it looks like it's getting inside the hole. It's not perfect, but it's a good start, and we will finish it like here. And as you know, let's try and try and try. Now we have an almost perfect fit. And now the last try, and you see, now we have it. So let's take this copper piece of metal and let's see how it looks like when we put it together. So now you can see what I want to carve out, because this little gap that you see, this little gap should be filled out completely. And I put the metal part a little bit more into the knife handle. So then let's take it back into parts again, and then I have to mark it with a pencil so that I can see what I have to drill out with the little handy drill. So there is the mark of my pencil, and that's exactly what we want to cut out later. And to finish my work on the handle, I cut a few cuts into this part of the blade, because the rougher it is, the better it will fit inside of the handle. So then we start with this little tool and cut it out or carve it out, and you know, always check if it fits, and then take the next little piece out and then carve a little bit more out, and then carve a little bit more out. Let's check a last time if everything is perfect, and you see it fits great.
So let's take it apart, and then we start gluing it into the handle. You need some epoxy glue, and you should keep it in your fridge, but before you use it you have to warm it a little bit up, and here it's really cold, so it's getting out very complicated, but takes a little bit longer. And when you think the hole is half full, then you can start to put it together. Don't use too less glue, because better too much and it squeezes out a little bit than it's too less and it's not holding very tight. And the next part is, let's wait and let it dry. And about 24 hours later you have a perfect new knife.
So my friends, now we are ready with the big Bowie knife, and this is so cool. And I brought a few normal sized knickers so that you can compare the size. And I take you a little bit closer, and then we take a close look at this wonderful new knife toy. However, so my friends, for the size compare, this one is the new one. This one is a knife from my good friend Himmel, Arsch und Zwirn. A link is down here. And if you don't have a Christmas present, that would be a really cool Christmas present. Blade from Solingen, a really famous blade manufacturer, and the whole knicker, the Trachten knife, is made in a very little manufacturer in Austria. This is real deer, this is real leather. It's real sharp and it's real cool. Maybe not as cool as this one, but I think that's a cool thing. So my friends, that's it for today. That's the new knife. That's the two knives of my friend Himmel, Arsch und Zwirn. I think you know him. And what should I say? Don't buy crap, then you don't have to litter so much, and have a great weekend. See ya. Bye bye.